Thank you. Thank you.
I'm going to keep playing this because I'm a TikTok kid, so like I love seeing visuals while I'm doing other things. So when I started working with stabilizers, there's this little exercise you do to kind of like give you like know how to like actually do it. So if you take this cup and you hold it, the exercise is you're supposed to hold this cup without dropping any water. So what I want you fellas to do, take a cup, walk back and forth. Whoever does it without dropping the least amount of water gets the mug. Let's do it like 3 times. How about that? I was going to do 5, but I think 3 is more than enough. You came to the stabilizer thing with shaky hands? All right, you can go on this side, and then you can go on this side over here, actually. Yeah, just walk back and forth 3 times. Whoever does it without spilling the most water wins. This is not about speed. This is about accuracy, right? Bonus if you're fat, right, exactly. If you can do that, that's crazy. I tried doing it. I was like, I'm not doing this shit. But yeah, that's like one of the early exercises you can kind of learn to do to like kind of make sure that your hand is stable, because it teaches you to kind of keep your hand like on a track, like a visual, like imaginary track that you kind of have your hand on. 1, here we go. The most riveting race I've ever seen, guys. How are we looking? We spill anything yet or not? Okay. So as you see, the natural thing to do is kind of hold it up, right? And just kind of hold it like in a straight line. The most difficult thing to do is kind of like this, I think it's called the Z-axis, is the Z-axis going up and down. That's where it's going to really give you like the kind of shake. Are you at 2? This is 2 or is it 3? You better not lie. 2? Okay. I think you're going to win, bro.
I don't think he's going either.
The shared custody of the mug? Yeah, sure. As you guys are doing this, how do you feel doing it? Are you nervous?
I feel like I'm holding DJI Ronin.
That's good. There you go.
My heart's beating almost as fast as looking
That's great. All right, and after your third one, you can just bring it back over here and I'll make an assessment. I'll legit watch TikToks, like a 10-part video series with like Subway Surfer playing and like video clips. There you go. That looks pretty good. I don't think you spilled anything. Okay. I know, right? You're good. Hey, you're good. It's about accuracy, not speed. Remember that, guys. Okay, who wants to judge it for me so I could be impartial? Oh my God, that looks basically accurate. Did you guys not spill anything?
I didn't think I spilled anything.
Okay, you guys got to do rock, paper, scissors now. It looks like you guys are at the same exact level. Okay, here's the rules. Wait. Okay, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. 2 out of 3.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Damn.
Scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, okay, 1.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
What's a word? Oh my God, this is the tiebreaker.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, okay, wait, before we start, what's your name again?
Jeff.
Jeff, how you doing, Jeff? This is Jeff, everybody. What's your name?
Richard.
Richard, you get the mug. Congratulations, Richard. Woo, yeah. Now, who said that their heart was pounding when they were doing that? There you go. Why was your heart pounding?
I was nervous. I was focusing so hard.
Now imagine that, but with like a 5-pound camera on top. Are you familiar with stabilizers, or is this your first time? Okay, cool.
I don't have to imagine that.
So it's pretty accurate. So I guess like the thesis of this kind of talk is like, why do we move the camera, right? I got 2 reasons for you. First reason, the story in the scene is motivating it. So like, has anybody seen the movie Children of Men? So you know like that scene where he's kind of outside the bakery shop or whatever and it explodes and it's kind of following him as he's running away. That's a motivated shot of movement, right? The other reason we do camera movement is because it looks fucking cool, right? I mean, it just looks sick. Would you rather see a stationary, stable shot just watching it? Or would you watch this? It's kind of telling you the story through the movement alone. I mean, you can't hear it, but you can tell he's screaming his lungs out, right? He's singing. and the movement's kind of telling that story. And I think something looking cool is a valid reason. So let's start with our first stabilizer. Now we have a few that we're going to be going over. And if you've done the Symposium before, you know that you never have enough time and you have way too much time. So I'm going to try to touch on all 5 of these at some point. We got a tripod. We got a glidecam. We have a Ronin RS3. I'm going to get the 4 soon. Easy rig, and then a secret camera that I'll show you guys in a bit. And then hands. I mean, that's the most important tool that you have available to you, but we'll get to that. So the first one is a tripod. And again, I'm not gonna like take too much time with the tripod, but it's just the important things. Now, show of hands. Who would say that they're very confident with any stabilizer? I believe you. Who would say that they have a very confident use of stabilizers? Hands, okay. All right. Another show of hands. Who's mainly video and who's like a mix of photo or just photo? Mainly video, raise your hands. My bad, that was a stupid question. And mainly photo. Okay, sweet. So you're familiar with tripods. We all choose tripods. There's 2 types. There's a ball head and a fluid head. Ball heads are the typical like photo kind of tripods that you use that you kind of like set in place and you leave it stationary so you can take a photo, right? Fluid head allows movement. So if you look at this tripod, yeah, if you could, if you want. So if you look at this tripod, oh, thank you, sir. If you look at this tripod, there's a bunch of different weird knobs on it, right? He's pulling it up. There you go. Easy, there you go. Because this one's a little finicky. How many times have we fought with this tripod? Thank you so much. Fluid head tripod. The reason you use it is because you are able to adjust these little knobs to kind of like control your drag is what it's called. The more tension you apply, the smoother and slower it'll go. The less tension you add, the faster it'll go. The thing here, I'll just stick it for a second. The thing that people, I feel, kind of like forget to do a lot of the times when using this specific type of tripod, there's a little lock right here. If you unlock it, you'll be able to move it. If you lock it, obviously you won't be able to move it. I've seen people with it locked adjust it like this. You're not supposed to do that. That's going to mess it up. There's actual fluid in here that allows for the drag to happen. So the more you do that and the more you mess with those kind of knobs, you're going to fuck it up, so don't do that. Tripod. I don't want to spend too much time on this, so let's just leave it at that.
I just ordered one of those.
Oh, this part. So when you bring up the tripod, I'm going to try to do this at the same time. When you're using the tripod, there's this adjustment right here. And this is going to allow you to kind of like adjust the head on the swivel, which is great. It is great. But because of the way that you attach it, there's like a knob system down here that there's no way to obviously tell when it's set or if it's in the right spot until you kind of mess with it. Which I've watched it, I don't know how many times, and I'm just like, dude, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, but there's just no way to like see exactly like when it like locks into there. You kind of just have to feel for it. It's kind of fucked us over on like at least one shoot or something. Yeah, that's why you always bring a backup tripod just in case. Did you get this one specifically, the Activate?
Yeah, the Activate. Yeah.
It's the best tripod I've ever used, but again, just so long as you know it and you mess with it, like if you force yourself to like mess it up to fix it, you're gonna become like a lot more versatile with it and not worry about it too much. This is great. $3,000, by the way. Fucking expensive. You can get fluid heads for cheaper, but you kind of want to pay the big bucks for that. Who wants to demonstrate this for me? It's the Easy Rig. It's a backpack you put on. You want to do it? You want? Yeah. Here, I'm going to put you on it. All right, next stabilizer. This is the Easy Rig. There you go, sir. Oh, son of a bitch, do I not have a handle? I forgot a handle. All right, this ridiculous piece of equipment. Kind of looks like a scorpion's like tail or something. I forgot my handle, so I'm not going to be able to demonstrate this to you. But you would essentially use this little knob up here. You loosen it. There you go, exactly there. Why would you use this ridiculous piece of hardware? Now, The times that I use this specific stabilizer is especially like during commencements when you have to be on your feet all day. You can't really walk and shoot with this. That's not really what it's meant for. It's more of just being stable in one spot and just kind of like giving you a little bit of release from the weight. Your back will thank you if you take this during commencement. You can do these things like handheld again, right? But like this just like, it makes it feel like as light as a feather. You have to kind of be like accurate with it.
It does not provide stabilization.
It does not provide stabilization, that is correct. It holds the weight. So like this is part just to like pull some weight off of it, but it's all gonna be in your hand. So you can't expect this to get gimbal worthy shots, right? That's not how it operates. Okay, we could take it off now. Yeah. You could, but like if you're doing that, it's like, you know, it's a lot of weight. So if you can strip it down as much as possible, like that's the best option to do. Thank you very much, sir. I'm also one of those people that like, I prefer to do it with the least amount of work possible. So if like somebody says, oh, we got to build a cage and do this, it's like, why? Can we just like have it as bare as possible? And obviously some cameras will be more forgiving than others. We shoot with the C70s. And obviously that's a lot smaller kind of body. And obviously there's cameras like REs, Reds, that the bigger they get, the more kind of like unforgiving they are. But that's when you're gonna really want an easy rig, because it's gonna like, you can even talk about that cam, because I see you doing shit all the time. Like, it's one of those things where like, if you have it, you're gonna be so thankful you have it. These range in price. I'm pretty sure this one costs like, I don't know, $500 or something. They have cheaper ones, they have more expensive ones. Obviously, the heavier camera you get, the more you're going to want to invest in it. This one is only rated for 4 to 16 pounds, or 4 to 18 pounds? Yeah, 4 to 15 pounds. So if you have a rig that's heavier than that, do not put that on there. You're going to have a horrible time. So that's the easy rig. And again, you don't have to get easy rigs, a specific branded one. People do make knockoffs, and they work just as fine. But when it comes to your camera gear, you kind of want to invest in it so you don't drop it or break it. All right, this next one is a bit of a pain in the ass for people. Now, for my old school shooters, this will look very familiar. For a lot of us younger guys, we're going to be like, what the fuck? Okay. Oh, I love the glidecam. You can ask my coworkers. I would never touch the Ronin because I was just like, oh, fuck, I don't want to touch a robot, like it's going to mess up on me. So I would always shoot with the glidecam. Now, the glidecam is not a replacement for the Ronin or any motorized gimbal. This is what's called a mechanical gimbal, which means it's just hardware. All the work is in the camera operator. Let me set this up real quick for y'all. And then I'll go through the pieces in a second. What glidecam do you got? Which one do you got?
The one I had,
Yeah.
and I had one that was so like that.
This is the one that I'm familiar with. It's the Devin Graham glidecam. Again, there's like dupes. There's other camera companies that make cheaper gimbals like this. But I've always found that I really like this one just because it can take a beating. At my old job, I had one for like 5 or 6 years. That piece of shit was just like all scratched up. But this is a workhorse. Once you learn how to use this tool, this is going to be the thing that you don't ever want to let go of. There's been times too where like we need multiple stabilizers to be on a shoot, and I will be the one to be like, hey, I'll do the glidecam, you do the Ronin. But the learning curve on this one is extreme. This is not an easy piece of equipment to learn. So here we go. So we have 3 parts here, right? This is the top of the head. This is the actual arm or gimbal or whatever you want to call it. And then these are the counterweights. I am that type of person that I like to just learn with my hands and just see how it works when I do it. So the way that I've learned it is that we have all these little knobs down here where you can add counterweights. And the bag comes with I think it comes with 12 of them. And right now I have 10. Now, is that correct? I'm not sure. I don't know what the weight of this is, but when I put it on, it feels right. And if it feels right to me, like I'm not gonna think about it. But then you have these little knobs down here that allow you to spread the counterweight And why would we want to do that? When it comes to the glidecam, it's all about changing your center of gravity, right? So when the camera's up here, your center of gravity is no longer within the camera. Your center of gravity becomes at this handle right here. So what happens, why do we do that? When you move the center of gravity, you are less likely to shake it or kind of like jerk it, right? So let me just put this on real quick. There you go. Alrighty, I'm going to show you magic. I pre-balanced this, by the way. I'm not going to, try to figure it out here. But here's how you would operate it. Right, you have it here. It's all here, and that's it. Now, I can't talk on the microphones. I'm just going to talk. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Right. So you hold it with one hand. This hand does not hold it. You are not supposed to like touch or hold it like this. Now, I am lazy, so there are times where I'll just do it if I'm getting a quick shot. But really the operation, you hold it right here in this grip, and it's all in your bicep. People try to do it from the wrist, and you fuck up your wrist like immediately. But if you flex your bicep, almost like you're kind of flexing it, that's gonna give you a good spot to kind of hold it. Now, why will we use the glidecam over the Ronin? The reason that I prefer to use the glidecam over the Ronin is just because it has more natural look to it. Again, this is a tool that will take you a very long time to get. How long did it take you to learn the glidecam? A year. It took me a long time. It took me like longer than a year. I learned it in college, and I was kind of an asshole, so I just wasn't looking at videos to how to do it. I more of just like kind of just used it and try to figure it out. Am I what? Am I locking my wrists? Yes. I actually don't. When you asked that question, I was like, I don't know. I'm like, actually, yeah, you do lock your wrists. So like, really, it's almost like you're doing a flex, and you're just bringing it down. It's kind of like a half flex. Now, the operation, if you look at it, you'll see that it's kind of like stable, right? You'll know that it's not stable because it'll start to do things like this, or it'll kind of lean to that side. But this top of the head, it allows you to adjust the movement forward or from left to right. And that's the only adjustments you can make. I mean, these counterweights, you'll also be able to adjust them, but this is all you can do for the camera and try to find the center of gravity for it. And you'll know that it's working because it'll just be on a plane. I'm not gonna stick on this too much just because this is such a pain in the ass to learn, so I'm not gonna stick on it. But it is a cool thing to see, and I feel like every time I pull it out, people are like, oh my God, is that a glidecam? You're shooting with the glidecam? You're shooting with the glidecam? That's good, I can take it from here. So let me just put this away real quick. How are we on time, by the way? Where are we at? 10:05. Oh. 11:05? Perfect, we're doing a really good time. Who knows how to use a glidecam other than Canon? Do you like using the glidecam?
I use Steadicam more often.
Yeah. Alrighty. Which one do I want to do now? Let's do that. Alright, this is the RS3 Pro. Huh? No, I got this one. I'm told that we are getting RS4 Pro, guys, but this is what I got for now. Alright. There are many parts to this case. I'm only going to talk about a few pieces. This does come with like a follow focus and like another like operate, but I'm not going to get into that just because that's like real advanced. I also never use it. How often do you use it? You? I'm talking to. Yeah. Yeah, I never use it either.
I have an iPad that connects to FX6, and one person's holding the camera, the other person's manipulating the focus. And
That's awesome.
all the other stuff on the iPad.
I really would like to go to Sony, guys. And what other parts? Wire, sure. And then this part. All right. Now, this is the tool that's going to get you the smoothest, cleanest, non-jittery shots possible. This is, the last gimbal is the mechanical gimbal. This is a motorized gimbal, which motorized just means it's just like, it's got like moving parts to it and shit, right? It's got some tech in it. It comes in 3 parts: the actual gimbal head, the battery grip, and these little tripod legs. Now, what's cool about this is that you have like a regular thread at the bottom that you could attach it to a tripod. There's a companion app called the DJI Ronin app, I'm pretty sure is what it's called. And if you connect that, you can tell the camera like, hey, start at this point for a time lapse and then move to this point for a time lapse over like an hour or two. So that's kind of cool. You can also just do it on the tripod leg, but it's kind of cool putting it on a tripod because it just feels like it's a better stabilization and more secure. These legs they're stable and they're secure, but like they're not as secure as like an actual tripod. So let me put this thing together. Battery grip, top of this tripod, spin it in, blah, blah, blah. Check the battery, I definitely charged it, good job. When you slide this grip, there's a little locking mechanism on the side. Now, most gimbals are pretty similar. Anybody here from Texas? Is it true that you can't have DJI gear in Texas?
I have a Ronin S2.
You have a Ronin S2? Okay, sweet, perfect. I heard something about the DJI. Oh, is it more about the drone? Okay, perfect. So shit. All right. I guess I missed. Right. I have no idea. It's one of those things like the cops. How are they going to enforce it? Like they don't know what a fucking Ronin is. Oh, okay. I got you. Sweet. All right. Moving on, guys. This is a 3-axis motorized gimbal, which means you have your kind of like panning axis, your tilting axis, and your rolling axis, which means you have 3 points to stabilize and calibrate. Now, the way you would do that, you unlock these mechanisms. There are little locks, knobs on the side. Lock it in place for this one, and then you unlock here, lock it in place for that. Now, my tilt lock is broken. I don't know what's up with it. It's either software or hardware issue, but it won't auto lock. So whenever I do lock it, I have to quickly hit the lock here. But this will like automatically lock for you. The RS2 doesn't, right? I don't think I've used it on set for like freelance stuff, and I'm just like, why am I using this? Just fucking give me an RS3. But yeah, so let's put this camera on. Are you gonna sit? Put this camera right on. And the plate that I have on the bottom of this camera is already the DJI plate. It's just easier for that. But it does come with, this one at least comes with a bigger thread that the C70 has. Let me slide that in. Before you start, you want to make sure that this is unlocked. This is going to let you like slide the plate in and out. If it's locked, you're not going to be able to, obviously. And you put it there's a little button at the front too. So you kind of like press on that, push it back, and then lock it in place for a second. Alrighty. All right, so how do you balance these axes? Well, if I unlock this, you'll see that it starts to do that, right? So that's telling me what? If it's going backwards, that means it's too back heavy. So if I put it back up here, and then I unlock this plate right here, I can move it forward and see what happens. Now you see that it's going too forward, right? It should be able to just sit in place. So let me just adjust it back. It's finicky. You got to kind of play with it a little. Right there. Perfect. Okay, so now that I see that it's not moving, I'm going to lock the plate in place.
Also, what I've noticed is even if you have the lens cover on and you balance it and you take the lens cover off, it'll throw it off balance.
It'll be a little off balance, right? With this one, you can kind of be a little. This gimbal I feel is a little bit more forgiving than the RS2. You could do. I've done things where I have the 20 because I have the 24-70 on right here. So if I'm shooting like an event on campus, I'll quickly just like zoom in if I have to. And for the most part, the motor will be fine. If you keep pushing it too far though, and by pushing it too far, like you're just really like putting a lot of like exhaustion on the device, it'll start to fail at some point. But for most quick shots, you could adjust if you want to. It's pretty forgiving in my experience. I mean, again, I try not to be too lazy, but a good 24-70 is pretty good. One with good autofocus. We use the L series lenses, so that's what we happen to have. I have used like manual lenses on it without like like a follow focus or something, I usually just find a focus and stick to that. Like if I know I'm only doing general wides, like I'll just keep it to that focus and do that. If I feel like, oh, I'm gonna get closer up shots, like I'll just adjust the focus quickly and do it that way. Again, there's these tools that will help you do those things. I just don't like the extra time it takes to put them on, so I just don't mess with it. But yeah, that'll be that first access. Again, good. I could even do this. It'll stick. Put it back, and it will stick. Next axis is going to be this one right here. This is going to be your roll. And you just saw that it just went whoo, haywire. There is this little knob over here. You unlock it, it will allow you to adjust. Now, if I'm tilting this way, where'd you go? If I'm tilting that way, where should I tilt the camera to? The other way, right? It's really, when I say balancing, it's literally balancing. So you push it here, slowly. This one can be a little tricky just because sometimes it sticks. The closer you get to the end of it. And now you see I'm going the other way. So now I gotta just adjust this way. All this is important. This is why we show up an hour and a half before all shoots. It's kind of there. Again, I don't get too accurate just because, especially like if I'm like crunching for time, there's no point. If I'm close enough with this gimbal, like I'm gonna be fine. And now that I see that it's there, I'm gonna lock this in place. And it's stationary. Okay, let me unlock. Now, you want to kind of keep going back and forth just to see if it's still good. It's still working. Cool. It's a little off now. It's just a game back and forth. At this point, it's just micro adjustments, right? Now, the last axis, and this is the one that everybody forgets. You'll be like, oh my God, I stabilized it. Why isn't it operating correctly? It's not doing it. Well, you forgot this axis right here. And I only say that people forget it because I've been on set where people are like, well, I don't understand what's happening. I feel like this is the one that everybody forgets. And I didn't know it until like, I think about a year ago or something. I haven't started with gimbals until like 2 years ago, I think. It wasn't until like 2 years that I started like actually like working with them. But once I learned oh, I fucking forgot that axis. This is how you do it. So it's going to be this little watch right here to unlock it. I've seen two methods. The one that I do is you hold it up and you kind of bring it forward like that. Now, if it's doing that, I know that it's a little back heavy, so I'm going to just add a little forward. Just do this real quick. And you unlock it on this side. Push it a little. Now let's check it again. There you go. That's balanced. Perfect. Now I'm going to lock it. I feel confident that all these axes are good. And this is your next part. We'll turn it on. Each gimbal is different. There's Zhiyun. Anybody else know another brand for gimbals that I'm not aware of? Name them out if you want. The next part, and this will be the next part for every gimbal, doesn't matter which one you're using. You're going to find your calibrator. Now with the Ronin, it's the top left button, and you'll see that it's the calibrator because it says start calibration. When it comes to this part, and you feel like it's like stabilized, you hit start calibration, you don't touch it. It's going to start to tweak out a little bit. You'll hear like rumble and start to make noises. That's just the gimbal adjusting where it has to be. You want to be on a flat surface. If you're kind of like on a wonky surface, it will tilt and it won't be accurate, and it might actually like calibrate it to a different direction. But once it's done, where are we at? Perfect. Now the step that I always do once I calibrate it, I go to this little button over here, and it'll kind of read out what the levels are. So I'll usually take it, watch my balance levels, and I'll just start to do a bunch of different movements to see if it's accurate. Now I'll just kind of walk around and show you guys. You'll see that there's like these little bars that kind of tell like a readout, like, hey, this is good. If you see red, you're not balanced. I should be able to do this, no problem, it's balanced. Do that, it's balanced. Do this, balanced. Now what does it look like if it's unbalanced? Let me just fuck it up like this. Now, if you turn on the camera without balancing it, it will hold it, but it'll start to freak out on you a little bit. Let me unlock it. Alrighty. Perfect, there you go. You see that red? The red pops up. That red means you're not balanced, right? It'll tell you too, it's like a tilt. And obviously it is a tilt because I adjusted that part. But if you see that, lock it. The more you work those motors into the red, the more you're gonna wear them out. And at some point it will fail and like break on its own. Let me do this real quick. There's another key thing. You can notice that I locked it and the motors aren't working. If I was to start adjusting things and take the camera off, this gimbal will freak the fuck out. Because now all of a sudden it's saying like, hey, there's no weight here, I have to adjust for it. And you've probably seen it, where it's like really shaking, or like if like you put it down in a weird way, or like take it off, like it'll start to like just go in its own direction. You always want to make sure your gimbal's off before you do any adjustments. Because again, if you don't, I'm not going to demonstrate it because I'm not going to do that to this room. But, there you go. There have been times though where like, I think I'm off, I'm not paying attention, and I'll take the camera off, and then it'll still be on, it'll go, it'll just freak the fuck out. Basically the gimbals will, all the axes will try to like compensate, and because there's nothing there, it's not compensating anything, it just freaks out. You have all these kinds of functions. You have 3 settings for most of them. A lot of this stuff is proprietary, and I don't think translates over to like other brands. But this one has 3 modes: PTF, PF, and FPV. Now, they do 3 different things. PTF is going to allow you to kind of like lock the pan, kind of follow along. The next one, pan follow. It will not tilt, or tilt up and down. It'll just kind of lock in place. It is also great for like shy shots, if you want to see like a walk, like a rolling hole. I don't use those. I don't touch them. My preferred one is the FPV mode, and that means first person mode, or first person view. Now, the reason I use this one is you can do all kinds of weird shit. As you've been watching this video, you'll see that I like to kind of like do twists and pulls. You cannot do this kind of stuff if it's not balanced. But once you learn how to kind of use that FPV mode, it's going to unlock a lot of crazy shots you can do.
Those movements, because that was natural? Or you're
Yeah, that's natural. Yeah.
You're not moving entirely?
Nope. This is all from wrist. So the way I think about it, you want to think about where your knuckles are looking, because that's where the camera's going to be for FPV. Knuckles are down, it's going to point down. Knuckles are up, they're going to point up. If I twist it, it's going to twist with me. These other modes, they don't twist like that. This is the PF mode. PTF, I can do it. FPV. FPV. Work with me. Will tilt it. These gimbals do crazy stuff too. And again, you kind of have to make sure that you're balanced, because if you're not balanced, it's not going to be correct. But this one will have a 360 roll that allows you to kind of just twist it like that. And now why would you do that? You kind of get cool shots where you kind of pull back while you're twisting around, right? But again, just as a demonstration. Let's say it's off balance. I didn't balance it because I'm an asshole. There you go. Let's unlock it. If I try to roll it, it'll probably hold on for a little bit. But at some point you'll notice it's kind of struggling. A little bit more of an extreme example. Woo, buddy. Especially with these weird modes, you really have to be accurate. Especially when it comes to this 360 roll. You'll start to notice it's kind of doing that weird thing. You hear that? That means, hey dude, I'm not balanced. Again, that's locked, so I gotta kind of do weird shit. So if you want to do any of these weird, creative, bizarre things, you have to make sure that your balance is like tantamount.
Is it gimbal unbalanced after a while?
Say that again, I can't
Is
hear.
it unbalanced after a while? Or like
Yeah, it depends. I've kind of found that like the tripod plates kind of loosen up a little bit. And you'll notice it because you'll be perfectly fine and your camera's just like slightly to the left or slightly to the right. So it definitely does. These knobs are not as like tight as they used to be. They're kind of like loosened up at this point because of all the use. But there are, I'm pretty sure, yeah, there's like screws in here you can tighten them with. But yeah, over time it will naturally kind of just like loosen up on you. Let me make sure that this is balanced real quick, y'all.
Do you rebalance them? Like, if you have one event that's like really like graduation, you always rebalance them? Or
I don't think so. No. No, that's kind of like that's kind of a rare thing, to be honest. It's one of those things where like once you do it so many times, you kind of don't think about it. Definitely when I first started, I was adjusting a lot just because I wasn't understanding exactly how to do it. But I find that if you're pretty accurate and you're real tight on that tripod plate, you don't want to like push it to the point where it's like stripping it, obviously. But you really want to kind of torque it a little bit. That way it doesn't, like even if it does loosen up, like by the time you're done, it won't even matter. It's like the event's over. The more you do it, the more easily you'll be able to take the camera off and go handheld if you want. Because like at commencement, I'm not running with this the whole time. Like in my head, I'm like, oh, I just want to see like the presidents and like the entourage come in, so I want like a really nice sweeping shot of that. But then after that, I want to get details of kids in the crowd or like faculty, so I'll take it off or put it on something else. And it's never a thing where like once you start to learn how to like balance this properly, you start to think less about it. At some point, this will be just like a normal camera setting that it would be on your camera. And that's the biggest piece of advice that I could get for any of this stuff. You really want to like force yourself to like use it, fuck it up, fix it, and then just repeat. The more you mess up, the better equipped you're going to be to figure it out. So please mess up.
I have a question about your plate.
Yeah, what's up?
You have a plate, the plate you're using, you can seamlessly change from that to the tripod or?
Yeah, so for this one, it happened to work. It was fine. There are some plates that have like different kind of like locking mechanisms on the bottom of it, so not everything operates correctly. You could get quick release plates, but again, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't want to add too much to this, where like it's adding like another variable.
What's a quick release plate? I'm not a
Say that again?
I'm not a videographer, so I don't know.
Oh, a quick release plate? A quick release plate is like, it's basically like this additional type of tripod plate that you can put onto like a stabilizer of any kind of sort. And instead of having to like lock it in and figure it out, you just have to click it into there.
Is it a plate on top of a plate?
Yeah, basically. It's like an additional plate that's on top of there. But like the cool thing about it is that if you have it on all your things, all you have to do is click it off, click it on, click it off, click it on. You don't have to think about it. Which is cool. But again, it's like that adds an extra step to it. I'm not going to do it. Like it's not worth it. But you will find that, which plate do I got on here? This is the plate from the tripod. And it still works on this gimbal. And it also worked on the glidecam. So you will find tripod plates that can universally fit onto things. But again, there are tripod plates that it won't. It'll just lock in place. Yes, question?
I know you said you're pretty much exclusively using the FPV mode,
Yeah.
but just wondering of the three different modes, kind of your recommendations for
Sure,
different use cases.
Yes. So PTF mode is is going to be your common, like what you think of when you think of like stabilized shots. So really sweeping, kind of like mechanical, like there's no movement to anything. The PF mode is going to be more for like if you want to kind of track from side to side and lock off your tilts. You would use PTF for like, let's say you're doing like a campus tour video, and you want a really great sweeping shot of like a hallway. PTF mode's going to be great for that. It'll try to keep it as stable in the horizon as possible. PF mode, that's for like, let's say you're doing like a tracking shot with somebody walking along, and you wanted to make sure that that access is kind of locked off. You'll use it for that. I found that FPV can do all of that. FPV can do all of those things. It all comes down to how you operate it. I've learned weird ways to do stuff. Like technically, if you're tracking somebody and walking back, you're supposed to kind of like do something like that. I don't do that. I like to be like right here with it. I'd be right here with it, and even if I have to like look back, I'm gonna do that. Just because I feel like it just feels more natural. There's no one way about doing this. What are you acting up with? See my tilt's acting up. Lock it in place. Lock it there.
I put mine on a shoulder rig.
Say that again.
I put my RS3 Pro on a shoulder rig.
On a shoulder.
I got a tilt a shoulder rig
Yeah.
and a 90-degree cheese plate, so the RS3 like comes out in front of me.
Oh, okay.
It's like, yeah, the creator rig. And then I got a wireless control handle, so like
That's cool.
I'll put a set 70 to 200 on it and then have the focus motor on the
Crazy.
zoom ring.
Why are you putting a 7200 on a stabilizer? That's insane.
Oh, it handles it, man.
That's crazy.
And because it's on my shoulder, it like never gets heavy.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that's definitely true. And they do make like even like Tilta has like the O-ring. I forget what it's called, but it's like this other ring that you can hold it like this that allows you to do it for longer. Again, I just like the basic base shit that comes with everything. And just
Well,
working
it's a
with it
pain
that
to
way.
wear and put together. So
Exactly, yeah.
It's all it does.
How long does it take to set up?
Oh, dude, like 20 minutes.
Oh, 20 minutes? That's not bad. Well, when you're first learning how to do it, how long did it take you?
Yeah, I mean, like figuring out how to balance it was a huge issue.
Right.
And then when you're using a 70 to 200, you have to think about things like clearance.
Right.
Like you don't want it hitting the body of the gimbal.
Right, especially when you're looking at the monitor, you're not even focused on like how close they are to you, and you
Yeah.
just bump into them.
Yeah.
Actually, you gotta show me how that rig looks. That can't,
I'll show you
I can't
pictures.
visualize it.
It's pretty nasty. Well, I also eliminated the battery grip and got like a plate that just mounts straight to the bottom of the gimbal head, and then it's like a D-tap connection to a B-mount
that's
battery.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I kind of want an extra grip. I feel like honestly, like I'll charge this like one time in the week, and it'll last me for like 4 shoots or something. I don't even think about it. There's an extended one.
Yeah, I got it.
Wait, there's one that's like even longer than this one.
You'll see it tomorrow.
What? That's crazy. How long does that one last?
You know, I got LiDAR connected to my red and everything, so it kind of drains it quick, but without it, it'll last.
That's crazy. Yeah, again, like this battery grip. Even if I hadn't charged this, it was like I think maybe half for like a quarter of battery left, and even if I was just enough to charge it, I'd be fine with it. I'd be like, I'll be okay. Now, this next one, this is my favorite one. This is the best one. You've been watching these videos back here. These are from our Battle of the Bands event that we have on campus every year. It's my favorite thing. I love doing live music events, capturing stuff like that. This is not a C7. This is not an FX. This is not a fancy camera. This is everything when it comes to these stabilized shots is an Osmo Pocket 3. Crazy, right? You would not think that that camera can do this stuff. It can. The one thing with the Osmo though is you have to be accurate with the white balance. You have to be accurate with your exposure. You don't really want to go past 400 ISO in my opinion. At 400 it's the cleanest it can look. I think at this one I'm pretty sure I'm at 400. Yeah, I'm at 400 ISO here. 800 works, that's fine. 1600, it's okay. 3200, just throw it away, don't even do it. If it's that dark, just don't shoot it. What's great about this camera? It's set up. I don't have to balance anything. I don't have to think about anything. I just flip the screen, and I'm ready to go. And it's the exact same kind of translation as this gimbal. This is just in a smaller pocket, right? Literally the name. It has the same types of modes. They named it a little differently just because DJI is updating their language. But you have the similar type of modes where it's, just like I talked about the FPV, and the other modes that are there. See, that's how often I don't use them. I can't even think about what the other two modes are called. I'm telling you, once you learn how to do the FPV mode, and you unlock that, like, you can do anything you want. And what's cool about this camera is that, how many of you feel that, like, oh, I need the best camera. I need my colors to be, like, deep and rich, and I really need so much bit rate, and I need all this. Who really was, like, kind of that kind of person? Anybody? Anybody raise their hands?
At a point.
I get it. I totally get it. Is the C70 the best camera? No, there's no way. I shot with friends that are like insane, where I'm just like not even paying attention to what I'm doing. It's perfect. It's not about that with this. With this unlocks movement to you. And again, like in my personal experience and in my career, movement's the thing that I've only cared about. Exposure is secondary. White balance is secondary. Subject matter is secondary. To me, it's always been about the movement. And I remember when I heard about this camera, I was just like, there's no way that this camera can do anything. This is just like a shitty like vlog camera for like, it's like a prosumer camera. Like, what's the point of it? Why am I gonna mess with it? But I'm telling you right now, if I was to shoot this event with that rig, how long was this? I think this is like 3.5 hours event. There were 8 bands. They each got like 15 to 20 minutes to play. And it's like 15 minutes set, 5 minutes tear down, and then everybody's ready to go for the next set. So imagine running with that for like 3 to 4 hours continuously. The previous previous year for this event, I did do that because we didn't have this. And I was like, oh, I need to see 70, I need to have this and that, blah, blah, blah. It was a pain in the ass to shoot with that. And it got to the point where like how you kind of brought up, does it start to like loosen up over time? It does. Like it'll, like at some point, I was like filming somebody, I'm just getting like a shot of like the singer, and then the Ronin started shaking and the plate started falling back. So I had to stop shooting for like, I think 2 minutes, like figure out what the hell the problem was. All it was is that it slid back over time because that's just how it is. With this, there's none of that. I don't have to worry about that. The only thing I have to worry about with this is getting proper exposure and getting proper white balance. It's super important. I was also one of those student workers back in the day that I never cared about white balance. I was just like, white balance, I'll just fix it in post. We all know that doesn't work. Exposure, that looks fine to me. The cool thing with this camera, it does do D-Log attended. And again, if you do an accurate exposure setting and white balance, this camera will unlock insane images. I know that because of the compactness of it, you don't want to get close to people. Like for this stuff, I'm like this. I'm like right there. If I can do that, if I can get as close as possible, your images are going to be insane. Obviously, this will also be good for like wides and trackings and all that stuff. But yeah, you got a question?
Yeah, I actually have a pocket phone.
Ah, which one?
The same
The
one.
3? Sweet.
Yeah, same exact one. My question is, what do you use when are you using Premiere Pro?
Yeah.
Because I notice sometimes when I put the footage in, it gives me a hard time as far as like it mess up, or as like like I don't know the proper terminology for it, but
Like, is it that the application won't understand it? Or is it that...
it like fizz up on me. Some of the shots were like cutting in and out, so I didn't know if there's like.
Oh, what kind of computer are you using?
Mac.
How fast is it? How much, like, what kind of, like, is it 8 gig? Is it 16 gig?
Yeah, the M3.
The M3? Oh, then you really shouldn't have a problem with this.
Yeah, so it's like, and it's only for certain videos. Like, so
And it's the Osmo specific one?
Yeah, I have it right here.
That's weird because I don't know what computers we use, but we use the newer, like, iMac, I forget what it's
I
called.
think we have the M3 as well.
Is it the M3? I'm pretty sure it's the M3. I've never had an issue with it.
So I didn't know, maybe it's the card I'm using or something.
I don't know.
It's like when I go in, like just for certain shots, I thought this would be amazing. And then
Are you editing off a hard drive?
I'm sorry?
Are you editing off of a hard drive?
Yeah, I switched over to a hard drive.
Okay, if that's happening, make sure you're using the right wire. Because sometimes like I'll like grab like a random like USB-C wire, and then it'll be like this one you can connect the camera and like record and stuff. This is not fast enough for data transfer. So if you're using a wire that is just not fast enough, that can usually be the problem. Because I've been in that spot where I'm just like, what the fuck is working? Like I have like, it's always like when you like need the video like tomorrow. It never wants to like work the best when like you absolutely need it. But what I found is that a lot of the time it's just your wire. So maybe it's your wire, and do you use the right wire that it came with the hard drive, or are you using a different wire?
No, I mean, it's like, for something like the image is like, it'll be clear, perfect for like 3 minutes of it, and then like, the next 3 minutes will be like green here, like the color.
Oh.
It's like messed up.
You might want to like see if you get that worked on. It might be like an internal hardware issue. Because I've never seen that.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never seen that. I mean, I've shot like all kinds of crazy shit with this. I actually got the chance to, does anybody know the All-American Rejects? I got to film the All-American Rejects at a secret background show in Chicago. Where's that? Or is it here? Yeah, let's see that.
At Covenant Health, it means we see nearly 2.2 million visits annually. It means our 13...
Raise the fuck
That's crazy. Somebody's backyard literally like maybe like as wide as from there to like that hill. We were always supposed to let it surprisingly not. Yeah, when you're operating your whole thing, like the.
1
like not you know how it works. You don't always have to think about everything. We don't always have to think about everything. But you kind of keep that idea like, oh, what am I getting this kind of movement going up? I'll follow the flow. But what's funny is like when you start to learn like that, the way that it's optimized for you, it's really hard to like. Yeah. What's hilarious is that these glidecams come with like some USB drive that has really old video and done it. I never seen it. I was just like, oh, I never seen it. When we started, I was just on the usual fit. So when the video started, I was like, I've been using this thing for 10 years. You're telling me the guy that made it, that actually made on it, told me like, nope. I was like, the more you play with these toys, the better you'll be able to know how to
look like a hero. You may feel like a hero. You may be one in a K and maybe
What's your name, by the way?
You may have new masks, new armor, new equipment. You may activate your powerful light-up sword and load your multi-shot ammo launcher.
Yeah, usually with gimbals, you want to like make sure everything is as close to the camera as possible.
That makes you
Feel anywhere. You could balance it with
Bionicle presents
right?
six new and like a hero.
And it's natural, you can actually see it. You can also do things where you attach like a monitor to the grip or something. Yeah. What I prefer to do is just keep it on the back just because it kind of keeps it together. Now, it is really awkward to like do it like this. So you kind of have to keep your eye. But it's just the way that it feels natural to keep everything together. What's funny about monopods, that was actually the first thing I tried to use. My mom, he said, hey, go get those here's the monopod. So, when I started with stuff like this, I actually feel like throwing a monopod and to actually get to one I didn't think a monopod was kind of similar to a tripod. I don't think but they are pretty special when it comes to like, it's kind of similar to the YouTubers where like it's going to take off the phone. This would be real simple. This is the best piece of like. Now when I interviewed for this position, I had things like the first thing that I think Mike is my best challenge. How do you do that? You never want to do that. This, you don't want to do that. Actually, get these shots. You want to do Yeah, you do. They're actually